Konnichiwa. Greetings.
My name is Miyamoto Musashi.
I'm what is known as a samurai in the 17th century Japan. I say the following without pride, only honesty. I was highly successful in the way of the sword. In single combat alone, I defeated 62 opponents. Yet the sword alone did not shape me. I trained my mind as relentlessly as my body. I studied strategy, discipline, and the quiet art of the pen. From the balance of steel and thought came my final work, written in 1645, the Book of Five Rings. But before you let your thoughts race ahead, before you listen to the clash of blades, before you imagine my victories or count the scars I carry, I ask you to do something far simpler. Look down to the ground beneath your feet. Earth. Welcome to my dojo. I begin my teachings by honoring the ground you stand upon, not because it is glorious, but because it is honest. The earth does not boast. It does not promise what it cannot support. Everything I have learned, and every duel I have survived, and every strategy I've come to understand, rests on this single truth. When your footing is weak, you will fall, no matter how powerful your strike. People expect the warrior to bring spectacle, drama. They expect fire and thunder. I give them soil, plain, unadorned dirt, because from it all strength rises, and to it all return, once defeated. I wrote the Book of Earth, Chi-Kyu, not to try and impress you. Instead, I'm trying to steady you. I have seen many and killed many who loved technique more than understanding. Their movements were beautiful, their confidence loud, and their foundations thin as paper. They folded quickly, and not only in battle, but even in life. Strategy, like a house, must be built on foundation. If the base is unstable, the more easily you will fall, especially when you climb higher. This is not poetry, it is carpentry. It is not philosophy, it is practice. The towers of your fortress could allow you to see far and wide, and do so with the greatest of clarity. But only if these watchtowers are built from the strength of the earth upwards, like mountain. I speak plainly because truth does not need decoration. You may be disappointed that I do not begin with secrets or clever tricks. If this is so, it tells me something important. You are still standing on unstable ground. Too many want my teachings to help themselves look elegant. They want it to feel mystical, to sound impressive when repeated to others. For they want to make an impression upon the world. I have no patience for this. The way must work, and my teachings must work. If a method fails when pressure arrives, it is not the way. If a teaching collapses when tested, it is only performance. I learned this not from books, but from being in numerous hard-fought battles and noticing how very skilled man can come to panic when reality refuses to cooperate. This is why I insist on practicality, not because beauty has no place, but because beauty that cannot endure is a lie. I am not harsh because I enjoy severity. I am harsh because false confidence gets you taken by Shinigami the death god, faster than ignorance. And yet, do not mistake me. There's playfulness here too. I strip things down not to punish you, but to free you. And by removing what is unnecessary, you can wield your sword more freely. In this state, your mind will learn to breathe a calm into every moment, including the more stressful ones, like an argument, battle, or a war. When I use the word strategy, sakusen, many of you think I mean combat alone. You are mistaken. Strategy is how you see. It is how you judge distance, not only between two moving bodies, but between actions and consequences. It is how you understand timing, not only in a duel, but in speech, silence, patience, and restraint. In the Book of 5 Rings, I tell you to study many things. Weapons, yes, but also the mind and the laws of nature. Why? Because a narrow mind trips over small stones. If you only understand your own hand, you will be defeated by the world. This is why my students are all skilled with more than one weapon. After all, God was generous to supply you with many great qualities, each of which can help you succeed. I personally survived the great many battles I was in because I used more than just my sword. I paid attention. I watched patterns. I learned when to move and when to remain still. These lessons were not loud. They arrived quietly, like morning light. The earth does not care who you are, for she knows the truth that she will come to bury us all. It does not bend for pride. It does not rise to meet arrogance. And whenever you fall, it receives you like you are just another person. This is why I begin here. No matter how skilled you believe yourself to be, you are always standing on something older, stronger, and more patient than you. Remember this and you will improve. Forget it and you will most definitely stumble in our unforgiving world. The Book of Earth humbles you on purpose. It keeps you from racing ahead of your understanding. If you feel slowed by it, good. Speed without balance leads only to injury, like a toddler. But there is no shame in beginning. There is only danger in pretending you are finished. I am not here to teach you how to kill. This may surprise you. Though I am known for being a fighter, I did not write these words to create killers. I wrote them to create people who do not collapse under pressure. A true master of strategy builds. He builds awareness, judgment, and resilience. Destruction is easy. Anyone can break or destroy. Creation, though, requires patience. I learned to survive not by my rage, but by my clarity. Not by my strength alone, but by my clear understanding where I stood in each and every moment. This is why I speak of ground, earth, structure, and order. Even in conflict, there must be balance. Even in danger, there must be a calm. I understand you have a hunger for the later books. I know this. Fire excites you and wind flatters your intellect.
But without earth and balance, those teachings will come to betray you. Just like your best friend or an ally can switch sides and become your enemy.
Earth is where you return. Earth is where you check yourself when pride grows loud. Earth is where you remember. that the way is not about appearing advanced, but about being stable. If you learn nothing else from me, learn this. Stand correctly before you make a move. And when you finish listening to me, you may not feel inspired. You will probably not even feel powerful, but you will feel steady. And that is enough. I have no wish to dazzle you. My focus here is to make sure you survive and give you the opportunity to thrive. The ground beneath your feet here today is the same ground that will support you tomorrow if you respect it. Learn how to stand wherever you are right now, without rushing, without pretending, and without fear. Only then should you step forward. That is why I began the writing of my book of the 5 rings with the book of Earth. And that is why I always return to it. My name is Miyamoto Musashi, and I'm here to teach you how to become a warrior who never gets defeated.